Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bianca and today I'm reviewing the new e.l.f. products and giving you guys a little tutorial on the look that I'm wearing today. So these e.l.f. products aren't super new. I have had them for about a month and a half now, roughly. And I'm so excited to finally get this review and tutorial out for you guys. So let's get into this. I'll go ahead and start out with the foundation palettes. I picked up two of them. I picked one up in light medium and medium dark. Okay, as far as foundation goes, I did apply both of these for the purpose of the video for foundation. I wanted to review them for what they're made for. But initially when I bought them for the purpose of highlighting and contouring. So I did use the medium dark palette as my foundation color, and I used these two shades right here. This first shade is actually very close to my skin tone. It was just a smidge too light, so I warmed it up with this shade right here. I did apply it using the Real Techniques blending sponge, and I really enjoyed it. The consistency is a little bit different. It feels quite oily and thin, but when you start applying it, it feels much thicker and a little cakey. As far as coverage goes, I would definitely say it's light to medium. No full coverage whatsoever. And I feel like even if you kept packing it on, you would just get more cakiness versus coverage. Now the finish for these foundations is very dewy. It is very illuminating and a little more illuminating than I personally like. I have ventured into, you know, liking a more natural glow, but this is like a little too much for my oily to combo skin. As you can see, I've been wearing this foundation all day and I had to set it whenever I applied it during the tutorial. I had to touch it up a little bit after. I've used blotting sheets, I've touched it up again, and I'm kind of like, never again will I apply it as a foundation. But I really did enjoy the light medium palette when I used those shades to highlight under my eyes. I really like how that has worked for me all day. However, when I used it, I didn't expect for it to be, I guess, so pigmented, and I'm quite illuminated under my eye. Also, with it being so dewy, I feel like for my skin, it's really showing my pores, and that is a no-go for me. Okay, so overall for the foundation palettes, I did really enjoy them for other purposes than foundation. I didn't like how it felt covering my entire face with this particular product. I did like how my under eye area turned out. I really wanted to use the medium dark palette I wanted to use these darker shades for a contour, but I didn't for the purpose of this video because I wanted to give the contour palette a chance to stand out on its own. Okay, so moving on to the contour palette. Whenever I saw this baby, I knew I had to have it. And I've heard some mixed reviews about it. I've seen a lot of fair skin YouTubers using it, and they're saying that this darkest shade is like super dark. However, for someone of color, it is not that dark. I didn't think it was gonna work for me at all. I am wearing it today, and I'm actually wearing both of them. I'm not sure how much it's picking up on camera. You will see in the tutorial whenever I applied it, it looked a whole lot more intense than it does in person. It is quite ashy, it's very cool, and I'm really not into that. Like, I don't want that ashy look. So I did mix it in with this shade right here, and it really helped pull the colors together for my skin tone. However, it's very natural. So if you are my skin tone, this palette's going to be great for that everyday contour, because I am that girl who highlights and contours every day. Now, I do not chisel out my cheekbones every day, but I definitely like to highlight under my eyes where the light would naturally hit and contour my cheeks. This banana shade here is everything. It is so pigmented, a little more pigmented than I thought. So I definitely recommend when you are applying it, tap off the excess before you apply it to your face. And this shade right here, it is just too light for my skin tone. If you are on the fair side, you probably will enjoy it and get used out of it. But not for me. So a couple things to keep in mind. If you are my skin tone, this could be definitely wearable for you every day. If you are darker than I am, I would skip this palette. It's not going to do much for you because the contour shades just are not dark enough, and that highlight right here is just too light. Now what I'm hoping for is that e.l.f. comes out with a darker version of their contour palette. They have the 2 blush palettes. Come on, e.l.f. Please come out with a more deeper, warmer contour palette. But overall, I love this palette. Alrighty, next up I have the Mad for Matte palette. And I am so surprised how much I enjoyed this palette. These shades are pigmented. They are chalky. They do have some fallouts, a little powdery. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. This palette was $10. It's all matte shades. It was definitely well worth the money. And what I absolutely love is that it's drugstore and it's some great quality matte shades. A lot of drugstore companies will give you a whole entire palette full of shimmery and glittery shades, and then you are pulling out another palette to get a transition shade. And this palette is just gorgeous. It's very similar to the La Palette Nude 2. So if you have that L'Oreal palette, you may want to skip out on this one. Yep, that just happened. But if you have the L'Oreal Palette Nude 2, you may want to skip out on this one because they do have that same color scheme going on. Or if you just love all things makeup and beauty, you may just want to pick this one up as well. I was definitely impressed and really enjoyed that palette. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on. The next item I picked up was the lip balm, and this one is the Perfect Pink lip balm. Oh my gosh, when I saw it, I automatically thought of the It Cosmetics Vitality Lip Flush in Je ne sais quoi. Ooh, it is so moisturizing. It is incredible. I'm obsessed. I love my It Cosmetics Vitality Lip Flush. It is $24. This one is $6. It does the same exact thing. It is that light pink, almost clearish product. When you apply it to your skin, you're going to get a flush of pink. I believe on everyone it's gonna look a little bit different, and I'm obsessed with it. It is a dupe. It is an exact dupe from the formula, the consistency, the wear. Obsessed. Alrighty, well I hope you enjoyed my review over the products that I picked up, and how about we get into the tutorial to see how these products actually applied.